Okay, let's discuss a few definitions of the fire process that are important for us to know and how to attack fire, extinguish fire. First of all, temperature is the measurement of the kinetic energy or the energy in motion of a fire. Heat is energy. Temperature is the measurement of how intense that heat level is. A BTU is a British thermal unit, is a scientific measurement. It measures the energy of that heat, how much energy is being put out. A 10,000 BTU furnace does not put out as much energy as a 20,000 BTU furnace. If you are always cold, you want more BTU output. The more BTUs that are put out, the greater the amount or the greater the energy of the heat. If you have a fire that's putting out 20,000 BTUs of energy or 20,000 BTUs of heat, you need to use a hose stream that is capable of extinguishing 20,000 BTUs. Otherwise, the fire's not going to go out. Piloted ignition is simply when we take a piece of paper, we take a match, a lighter, and we put the match or the lighter to the paper and we start a fire. The piloted ignition is an external heat source. That's the most common way that fires get started. The second way fires can start is through auto ignition. When a substance begins to break down chemically, it produces heat. If it produces enough heat fast enough, there's enough air to mix in, it will actually start its own fire. You don't need a match, you don't need a lighter. Pyrolysis is a term that we use to talk about a solid breaking down and catching on fire. Take a solid material, the chemicals start to break down once heat is applied. It gives off some gases, gives off some vapors. Those vapors begin to burn. The solid fuel itself is not burning. The chemicals that are being created or changing as those chemicals are breaking down are what actually burn. Vaporization is when we have a liquid fuel. We heat up a liquid, it begins to off-gas, it begins to give off ignitable vapors or gases, and those vapors or gases actually burn. So pyrolysis, solid; vaporization, liquid. So if you take a fuel, you heat it up, the temperature will increase. That's the intensity. You heat it more, it begins to break down chemically, begins to decompose through the process of pyrolysis or vaporization. If you have enough gases and vapors coming off, they will sustain their own ignition, which means you can light the paper. If they give off enough gases and vapors, you can pull the lighter away from the paper will continue to burn. It produces more heat, it puts out more energy, the BTUs begin to go up. Higher temperatures mean higher BTUs. We must overcome those BTUs by applying enough water. The more BTUs coming out, the higher the energy is, the more energy that there is coming from the fire. That's when the fire grows faster, it grows hotter.